Okay, it's time for TV Skywriter. Greetings, everybody. Oh, the mic, camera's right there. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to TV Skywriter. I'm Patricia A. Murray, your host. I ordinarily do the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham, North Carolina's online community paper. But today, I'm doing TV Skywriter with my guest. He's my neighbor and my guest, 17-year-old filmmaker, Nyzahir Muhammad. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Hey, guys.
Now, your grandmother, Betty Dixon, shout out to her. She told me all about you. And of course, as, typical grandma, totally proud of you.
Yeah.
And congratulations, because you just graduated from high school.
I did.
At 17, that's kind of that's a little early, isn't it?
Yeah, it is early. I thought it was going to be.
Did you do it in 3 years, or you just started? You went to
I
kindergarten at age 4 instead of 5? Or
Yeah,
what?
I think so. I think that's what it was. I think I started kindergarten earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're a filmmaker, and show us your shirt because you're working on Death by Numbers. All right.
You see
So what
on
is
my chest.
So what is that? Is that a mystery? And is it finished, or are you still working?
Okay, so I wrote basically a season for it. I wrote from episode 1 to 12. It's 12 episodes, and
it's not a movie; it's a TV series.
yeah, it's a TV series.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do so much with TV shows more than movies, because you can take it in many different places that you want, still going with the same main objective. But yeah, but
So you wrote 12 episodes.
12 episodes. Yeah.
And how many have you filmed?
1.
Okay.
Actually, I wasn't planning on filming them, but the first episode I knew I wanted to do it so I can show whenever I would talk to, because I went to California the week after I got out of high school, and my plan was to talk to some people basically about how I should present the show. And so before all of that, I was thinking maybe I should just make the pilot episode so I can show producers my perspective,
right?
And go from there. And then later down the line, it mainly became something more than that. It mainly became something because it was my first project that I starred in, that I made, that I did anything in.
Did this have anything to do with school? Because I know you went to School of the Arts.
Yeah, no. It didn't really have much to do with it. It was just, that's why I found what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
That's a good. Now let's start from the beginning, okay? Because you're 17. So what did you grow up watching? Because most people are content with consuming media.
Yeah.
But it takes somebody with a little extra something to actually want to go out there and do it themselves.
Right.
So what did you grow up watching?
I grew up watching numerous shows. Like That 70s Show was mainly one of them.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was an amazing show. It's not too many shows that I love as much as that. I knew. Okay, so one show that brought the idea of Death by Numbers was Teen Wolf. And
wait, the movie, because that's a show and a movie. Right?
Yeah, so they made the show out of the movie. They got it from the movie.
Okay, which one did you like better?
The show is amazing.
Oh,
I love it to death. And brought the creation of Death by Numbers, which I'm mostly grateful of.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. So when you started watching these shows as a younger, I don't want to call you a kid, younger person. What made you think that you could do that?
I don't know. Well, I've always been the type of person that knew. I don't want to be, cocky or anything, because I'm usually. You're among friends. I usually try to be humble, but I always knew that I was going to be well known, famous in the industry. I always knew that. Okay. So I've always had that goal set in mind, and I first started off singing, and then that's when I thought that I was going to be famous and stuff like that. But I found what I wanted to do was actually filming and acting, and then that's when I knew for sure that I was gonna make it with this show, and the show is just it's just an amazing storyline, I think.
So do you write music? Because I'm thinking if you're a director, then you could do your own music.
Yeah.
Or is that too much for one person?
No. It's no, I do that too. Like it's this movie, it's this new project that I'm doing. It's called No One's Love But the Warmest Heart. I wrote a song for it, and yes, and it's really simple because I've grown up, writing and I got my writing from my dad. So
okay.
yeah, so I got
what did he write, or does he write?
He does poetry. He's more of a romantic, and that's where I got my writing from, and
So did you start out with poetry with your dad?
I started off with songs. I started off with songs, short stories, and then poetry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you start as a 5-year-old or?
No, when I was 7. Oh my God.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, when I was 7, writing love stories, writing
Wait
love
a
stories
minute.
and songs.
Wait. A 7-year-old writing love stories.
Yeah.
It sounds hilarious.
You know what? It is. That's the thing. And the thing is, when I was growing up, I've always been, I don't know the word, been the guy that will always want love in a way. And I've always been rejected a lot. So,
oh no.
So yeah, so I wanted to write love songs, pretty pitiful love songs. But
actually, I came across my granddad's love letters to my grandmother. Things haven't changed. You talk about begging. I mean,
oh, man.
Wow.
That's
all I can say.
That's sad.
Just wow.
That's
times have not changed that much. We're talking about 100 years ago.
Jesus.
So people have been seeking love from, let's say, initially unresponsive persons.
Yeah. Nice
for decades.
Nice
for decades.
Right.
So when did you do your first short video? Because your first episode, is that your very first video work?
No, actually. Okay, so it started with the trailer for the Death by Numbers trailer, and it was to show producers or whoever I would audition to that I could act, and that's what the Death by Numbers trailer was for. But then it turned into something more, and then that's when it turned into the show. But
it sounds like a murder mystery.
It is, well, kind of. It's a mystery. No,
because I know people love zombies. I don't know why.
No, I don't know. I don't know why either, but I love it too. But yeah, it's more of a mystery murder comedy.
Tell us a little bit, like you don't want to give away too much.
Yeah.
But is it like a detective, like one of those hard-boiled detectives, and he comes across a murder scene and he takes it upon himself? No,
not really.
Okay, so break it down. Just a little bit, not too much.
No, it's I have a synopsis, so it's pretty easy not to give too much. But it's the main character is named Jayden, and he lives in this city full of chaos and anarchy. And then when this killer, this grotesque killer, comes in and basically wants to rip what's left of the city, and but he has a goal, but he still rips up what's left of the city. And Jayden and his friends basically stops at nothing to stop him. And that's the story for the first season. Okay. So yeah.
Do you have any? Okay, if you could choose, now I know you're an actor, but if somebody said we've got to have a big name, we've got to have a big name to carry the project, who would you cast in the lead role?
Dylan O'Brien.
Okay, there you go. Easy. Wow.
That's my man. That's, not in gay.
I know what you mean.
He's amazing. He's an amazing actor. That's how I learned how to mainly act. I learned from watching other people, and he's from Teen Wolf. That's how I learned. All of it.
First knows his work.
Yeah, that's especially season 3. He was impeccable.
Now, what if somebody says, "Okay, you're 17, you're just starting out, but you've got to choose either acting or filming. Which one would you choose?"
Acting.
Really?
Hands down, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you been in school plays or church plays or both?
When I was younger, not when I was older. When I was older, I really wanted to just be in what was it called? Played. What am I trying to say? I totally forgot what.
In musicals?
No. Chorus. Yeah.
Oh,
chorus.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's all I wanted to do was music at the time, writing music, and sometimes I would write music for the core songs that we would do to perform at concerts and stuff like that, and yeah, that's what I like.
Excellent. So, what inspired you to do this particular story? Because with you starting out with a TV series that has the name Death by Numbers, that sounds really, really evocative and kind of almost controversial and exciting.
Yeah.
How could you follow that up? I mean, I know you're not done with it, but you know how it is. It seems that with Hollywood, once you finish a project, you've got to come with another one,
Right.
make your name.
Yeah.
So
no, I totally know what you mean. Actually, I have a couple of other projects that I'm doing that's actually, I wouldn't say better than Death by Numbers, but right up there where I'm mostly proud of it, because I'm so proud of Death by Numbers. I'm on season 2 right now, only on the 2nd episode because I've been taking a break. But yeah, it's this other movie that I'm working on that I'm really extremely proud of called The Rest of Us, and it's amazing.
Is that a mystery?
No, it's actually a more like a apocalyptic type story.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So yes, it's in between that and a love story, but it's really good.
One of the most amazing apocalyptic. You said that easier than I could.
Yeah.
I'm sure you haven't seen this show. It's from Australia, and it's a 1990s show. It was one of the most amazing shows I've ever seen. Basically, this kid, see if I get the story right. This kid is climbing a tree. He falls, hits his head, and then the story starts there. And you can't really tell if it's true or not. It seems that while he's unconscious, he's fighting this war in this apocalyptic world that's made up of nothing but kids.
Right.
So his parents are trying to wake him up while he's in the hospital. But while he's unconscious or in a coma or whatever, he's telling these amazing stories. I wish I could remember the name of it.
I wish so too, so I could watch it.
I will find that
amazing
name, because it was one of the most amazing shows I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know. It might be because the ozone layer has been worn away over the island of Australia, but they have the best apocalyptic stories on Earth. So if you want to see some apocalyptic stories, you look at Australian TV shows and movies, and you will get lots of stuff to learn from. Serious.
That sounds really good. Like that show.
Absolutely. So what do you do as so when you're a film writer? So to me, what's difficult about television, not that I, what do I know about television except watching it, but to me, you have an idea, a kernel of an idea. How do you divide it up into 12 equal parts?
That's a good question.
See, to me, making a movie sounds easier.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2-hour movie. You tell your story in an hour.
Straightforward. Yeah.
But with a TV show, you're talking 12 weeks if it's 12 episodes, or 13 or whatever the season is.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? How do you divide it up because you have to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Because you want people to come back.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you do it?
It's all about build up. It's all about suspense. It's all about knowing what the key objective is. And the thing is, when I was writing the story, it was like so many twists and turns, and when it's like too many twists and turns, it kind of throws you off the direction. So you just have to have you get lost. So you just have to have a clear mindset, a clear visual of what you want the story to turn out. And in the finale, it was pretty amazing because of how it all compacted together, how everything, it's not jam packed, it's more just, it's fluent. Like the whole season is just fluent, and it keeps you interested. It's suspenseful. It's really everything you want in the show, and that's how I made. I'm not just saying that, but it's how I wanted it to be everything that you want in the show. So
see, on tough part, you're telling us about all this, but where and when can we see this? Is it possible for us to see a little bit or a trailer or something?
Yeah, I mean the trailer is on YouTube. It's Death by Numbers. Just type it in. It's more
cool. Okay.
It's more viewed now, so it'll pop up.
Okay.
But
awesome.
Yeah, the pilot episode, I'm not releasing that until I can complete the ending part, because we gotta edit it.
Okay.
So
I was mentioning Hollywood. Nowadays, I mean, there are people. There's this one guy I'm following on Twitter named Matthew Cherry. He's a young Black filmmaker, and he's talking about doing things with smartphones. And there was some movie that won a film festival It was filmed with an iPhone. I don't think it was his film, somebody else's maybe.
Right.
But I wonder, do we really need Hollywood? Because we all have not that we all, I'm sorry. Many of us have smartphones. Many of us have consumer level cameras that are really good because they're digital now.
Right, yeah.
So do we really need Hollywood anymore? I mean, can't we just go out and do our own thing and not even worry about Hollywood and become famous without and completely ignore California? Not even worry about it? What do you think?
I think the thing is with most people, the same thing with me, which I got to work on, is looking for quality and looking for people, because California is a place where everybody's trying to be this person, everybody's trying to do this thing, and Hollywood gives it's like the mountain in it's like the peak. And you're looking straight forward for the peak, and that's what
right.
like Hollywood is. And then the city is just jam packed with just many people trying to get to that.
Trying to get there, yeah.
So,
but I wonder if they're wasting their time in a way. Because I know a lot of people travel to California
right.
and they get the part-time jobs and they become the waiters and bus drivers and whatnot, and they just hope to be discovered. And I'm just wondering. I mean, I'm not trying to get you to agree with me necessarily, but I'm just thinking. You can do your own, I mean, in your own town.
Yeah, and that's exactly true. But, I see it through their perception too, because I see when I was in California, I seen so many people that are very talented. There's so many people that's out there that's very talented, but it's always competition, and it's always got to know this person, And that's why Hollywood is the way it is, because it's more private in a way.
It's still who you know, I guess.
Yeah, and it's sad because there's so many talented people out there that tries to get to like Hollywood, but it's not as easy as they think.
But that is the road you're going to take. You are aiming for Hollywood.
Not necessarily, because what I'm looking for, I'm just looking to make this show happen. I'm just looking to get my ideas and my projects and get my face out there. I
wonder, every now and then, now I'm really bad at names, but there was the black girl who was on High School Musical. Corny movie, I know. But
no, I grew up watching that.
Oh, I love High School Musical.
Yeah, I love it.
But she had what's it called? A web series. And it was never shown on regular TV. But of course, not a lot of people knew about it. I guess her fans knew about it.
I'm sure.
I wonder if that's good enough. That's probably not good enough for you to just have a web series. Because she's already famous, and yet not everyone knew about her web. Of course, maybe she didn't promote it.
That could be one of them.
That could be it. I don't know.
I don't know.
How do you think people make it nowadays?
It's just through perseverance. It's just believing in something and going with it. And that's how I see it. That's how I'm beginning to see it now that I'm out of high school and trying to figure out what's the next step.
Do you think you might go to college for filmmaking, or? Because I don't know if you have to these days, or if you still do.
Honestly, you don't have to. When people go to college, it's partially it's half and half. People don't know what they want to do, and they're trying to figure it out. And then it's partially that it's just this road that they're forced to take by either their parents or what they think they have to do to survive in the society that they live in. And it sucks because we live in a society which makes you think you have to be this person or do this or do that. You actually don't. Just go after what you love. And so that's why so many homeless people too, because every time they try to go after their dream, is always get deterred in the wrong way, and then you see them on the side of the street. You like,
I think you're doing it the right way, because you're 17, still at home, chasing the dream.
Yeah,
and I think because you do not want to end up on the street if people don't see your show. Oh my God,
I don't.
But the college thing sounds hip too, because I was actually talking. I was looking for her name. She's not in the audience. I mean, at least not yet. Her name is Tachi. She is a media professor. Her name is Chetachi and she's Nigerian American. She has, I think, guests at her house, and she said she was going to try to watch the show. She might join us later. I don't know. Okay. But I was asking her if you, not that I'm talking about you behind your back. Okay. Well, nice. But I said, do you have to go to college nowadays? And she said, here's the thing. She says, you can get your start and do your thing now as a young person, but she says there's nothing like the connections that you make in college, in film school, because it is who you know. So it's kind of like,
it's really risky. Yeah, it's really hard to tell because my mom, she wants me to go to college so bad, but my thing is I don't want to end up like the person like Kanye West. He had said something earlier. I was reading up on him, and his mom was at the university that he was going to. He dropped out of college because I'm not saying I would do something like this, but he dropped out of college because he strongly believed in what he wanted to do. And then his mom was like totally against it, and I believe that's how my mom would be. She was totally against it, but he had that determination and had that belief that he could, strive to do.
And some people really do make it.
Yeah, it's a I wouldn't say it's a lot, but it's a handful of people that has it right in their head. But I just don't want to waste. I wouldn't say necessarily time, but money. It's a thing because I don't have money. So
you need scholarships and stuff. But that's why I was saying, because 17 is still the age of a lot of high school juniors. So I don't know your level of maturity. I stayed out of school between high school and college. I wasn't ready for college. I was pretty immature, and I actually think that was a good idea for me. I got myself together. I worked. Then when I realized how little money you make without a college degree, I was ready for college. But another thing, if you don't go to college right away, the cool thing is if you work on your craft to the point where you can really impress the admissions directors or whoever makes those decisions at colleges, you might be able to get a full ride.
That's what I was hoping for. Yeah. I mean, if I could get a full ride, like Liberal Arts College, I got accepted into there, and I got a scholarship of $17,000, but that wasn't enough against an $80,000 tuition. No matter how many scholarships I could find, and time is on your side. Yeah, because you can enter college in 2 years and still be the average age of a freshman. Yeah, still look young, which is awesome. You know. Yeah. So I would suggest. I mean, not that I'm your mom or teacher or anything, but hey, I mean, you're still at home. You got your camera and stuff, and if you become a member of local access TV, you can use their equipment and get some stuff done to the point where you can really, really totally impress someone. Because see, a lot of young people probably say, oh yeah, I want to do that. But then people say, oh yeah, well, let me see what you got. You only have one thing? No, it's not enough. Yeah, you got to have But yeah, if you come up with, I mean, you got a year, right? And well, maybe a little less than a year. But if you come up with some really stellar stuff on your own, I think people are going to say, oh, this kid's, he's already doing it. Yeah, and that was my plan. That was my plan when I was accepted to Liberal Arts College. I was going to go because when I went to California, my got people that was already in the industry told me that since I'm already going, because they was telling me don't go to college, just come straight to California. But that's not what I was saying I was going to do. Yeah. So they told me since I'm already going to Liberal Arts College and they have the abundance of filming equipment. Use their equipment to make as many short films as you want to show that your eye is more versatile than just seeing like a one-way street.
Except since people are making feature movies with iPhones, I think the talent will come through regardless. Oh yeah. In fact, my dad was the hobby that I shared with my dad was photography, and then I went into videography later. But we shared that hobby. Pop never had a real camera. Pop didn't make much money, so he never really had a real camera. But his photography was flawless. He never got anybody looking bad. And I asked him, how come, you see pictures of a lot of celebrities and stuff, their eyes are half open and, they're looking crazy and off balance. My dad used to be a musician, and that's where being a musician comes in handy. Believe it or not, it takes timing to be a good photographer. And he said, wait for your shot. And I will stand there. People are like, well, you hurry up. And I'm like, waiting for my shot. Let me concentrate. And so while some people are just like, taking those multi-shots, I'm like, bam.
Yeah.
Got the shot. Once Pop got a real camera, because I bought him a real camera when I got my first job.
That's nice.
His photography didn't improve. I thought it would, but he was already great with what he had. I mean, the superior equipment didn't make a difference.
Right.
Because he was already doing it. Yeah. So I'm saying you can do fabulous movies with that smartphone sitting right there. Because the key is, can you get those shots? Do you have that dialogue? Can you tell the story?
Yeah, it's all about telling a story.
I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes before the show ends. So what is your ultimate dream as a filmmaker? Ultimate
dream. To make my career happen. To make my acting career happen. Mark Twain. I hope I said that right. Mark Twain. Twain. He said something that was very inspirational to me that I look at every day. He said there's 2 days. No, there's 2 important moments. I forgot how he said it. There's 2 important moments in your life, or 2 days in your life that's really important. One of those, and one day is when you were born, and then the next is when you find out why. And
I like that.
And I found out why, and I found out why, and that's my acting career. That's making Death by Numbers happen. That's making the rest of us happen, and all of the other projects that I'm doing. So that's my ultimate goal.
That's awesome. So if we want to follow your career, do we just go to Death by Numbers on YouTube and just follow you there, or do you have a website also? I
have a Facebook page. It's called Death by Numbers. Go to the Facebook page. It's Death by Numbers, and usually I just post stuff on there. I don't just post Death by Numbers stuff. I post whatever movie that I'm working on, or whatever project I'm working on.
Do you do like miniature movies?
Short films?
Yeah.
That's actually I actually working on one, and one of them I said was No One's Love But the Woman's Heart.
Oh, okay.
Which is really good.
Because I think that's a good way to me, the best way to learn is by doing.
Yeah.
I attend YouTube University whenever I want to learn something. In fact, I learned how to edit video by watching YouTube videos. And I'm about to graduate up to Final Cut Pro because I think I'm ready for it. Right. And I just think you just keep learning, keep at it, and I think you're going to be really, really famous and really great. Actually, I should say really great first, because you don't have to be famous to be great. Right. You're going to be great. And if you become famous, that's awesome too.
Right.
So see much time? Perfect timing. So that's pretty much it for the show, folks. Nyzahir Muhammad, wonderful 17-year-old filmmaker. We're going to be hearing big things from this young man. So be sure to watch TV Skywriter every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like to be a guest, just let me know. Quickest way to contact me is via Twitter @DurhamSkywriter. And if you're local, just be sure that you read Durham, North Carolina's online community paper, Durham Skywriter, at DurhamSkywriter.com. We're not going to go exactly right now, but I will say goodbye for the sake of ending the show. So ciao for now, folks.